Welcome to Beyond Measure. Today we get to create a card with Tiffany Doodles Digistamps called Easter baskets. Coloring utensils of choice for today is the Crayola colored pencils. I had already colored around the edges with yellow, laying down quite a bit of color. Now we're using brown to shade and add detail on our basket. You'll want to use the darkest hue in creases or when things meet. A lighter and a darker green were used on our grass. You'll need odorless mineral spirits, odorless thinner, or Gamsol to break down the wax in your pencils and enable you to blend. With a paper stump. In between colors, you'll need to clean the tip of your paper stump on a sanding block. It is so uber cool how all of this works together to turn out so beautifully. I love working with Digistamps. Check this out. Make sure you can see through your scrap piece of paper so that you can see where your printed Easter baskets are going to print. We place the Parisian lace from Scrap Girls onto the area in which we need for our Digistamp. The area in which you're covering with the printed paper will need to be carefully fussy cut on the outer edge of the black line. The Tim Holtz Tonic scissors work super great for cutting digital stamps. Since there are so many detailed edges and I do not want any liquid adhesive to get onto my already colored digi, I chose to use the 1.5-inch Create-A-Sticker by Xyron machine. I'm using my bone folder to take away some excess adhesive. Celebrate good times, come on! I love the professional results you get when using this technique. I'm trimming a few pieces of cardstock around the image, enabling it to go through the 5-inch Xyron sticker machine, including the cardstock in which the image is colored and printed upon. I am layering 3 different pieces of cardstock together for stability. 3 for stability. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Now we're stabilizing the baby chick too. All together now. 3 for stability. Using a scrap of coordinations, I taped it to a scrap piece of paper and ran it through the printer, printing the Easter basket with the chick on it, making sure that our chick was going to be printed on the actual coordinations. When fussy cutting, you'll need to cut on the outside black edge. When using this technique of printing the digi on the special paper, there's no need to actually color the image in which you're covering. But I just didn't know for sure that I was going to use the paper in this instance. Be sure to use a permanent black marker to touch up around the edges. I'm using the orange to do some shading on our baby chick. Now some pink on the cheek, and let's run him through the Xyron. Making sure to use the bone folder to make sure that all of the adhesive is stuck on the back of our little chick. We could really use a chick magnet at this point. Oh me, oh my. Next up, you'll need to use a portion of a garbage bag or a grocery bag. We'll use this as the main portion of our mechanism. You'll need to trim to the very edge of the grass. Woohoo! Up next is our We Are Memory Keepers Big Bite. Chomp chomp! This is to enable us to get our scissor blades in the handle to better fussy cut it, so it won't be a fuss for us. On the curved handle, you'll want to clip to the image ever so often so it enables you to get your scissors in there. Cut your heavy cardstock smaller than your image. Next, cut slits smaller than the width of the cardstock. Next, thread the garbage bag through the slits. The width of the garbage bag ribbon needs to be smaller than the slits. Using double-sided tape, you'll need to adhere the ends of the garbage bag together, making sure that it is a bit loose for movement. Peeling the last side of the double-stick tape will enable great adherence. Using Ranger's glossy accents to put a dot on the eye for some shine. This is the wonderful whitewash coordinations paper. Notice how the core is a deeper color than the rest of it. I found a wonderful scalloped oval in my Make the Cut software. Spun sugar, barn door, Tim Holtz Distress Ink will be used with some water to tint the Hug Snug seam binding. You say it, Hug Snug seam binding. Love it! Next up is the Ultimate Tool by Crafter's Companion. We're using it to score our card base today. Then we're going to use it to emboss with. You need to emboss from the inside out. We'll also emboss our digital Christmas dinner pink and white damask printable paper. Woohoo! The Sizzix Texture Boutique. I tucked the scalloped oval inside of the Sizzix Tim Holtz wood grain texture fade for embossing. Now to sand on top of a scrap piece of chipboard. Don't forget to ink. We're going a little lighter on the distressing, primarily using our distressing for a more professional result. Next, we'll even ink the Easter basket a bit. Ink with a bit of caution on your image. You can always add more ink. Add a little spun sugar. Woohoo! Now the mechanism. Attach the chick to the front with double-sided tape. You'll need to make a little tag to adhere to the back of the mechanism for the ribbon to attach to. When adhering the mechanism to your card, you'll need to use some sort of a dimensional adhesive. I used foam adhesive squares. Now for our basket that's going over the mechanism, I chose 3D glue dots because they will create enough room to enable the mechanism to move. Oopsie! The glue dots were touching part of the mechanism. This is the time when you'll have that aha moment. It works! It works! Now for a bit of embellishing. Viva Decor Pearl Pen in Opal. The pearls add such a lovely touch to the Parisian lace paper, the Christmas dinner damask paper, and the Coordinations oval. This awesome sentiment comes with the Easter basket's DigiStamp. We printed it on cardstock, inked it with none other than Tim Holtz Distress Ink, and woohoo, we're good to go with Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive. May the promise of Easter fill you with peace and joy. Our project is complete. May you experience new life this Easter. Be blessed beyond measure.